Welcome to RNFC, the official Rebellious Noise Football Channel, where you'll find content such as goal hanging, live match reactions, as well as news and opinions on all aspects of the beautiful game. We will also cover some of the more cultural side of the sport, such as kit reviews, football nostalgia, and in-depth historical pieces on those who built the game that we love today. So win, lose or draw, make sure you subscribe before the full-time whistle blows.
Right, for obvious reasons, I ain't in the mood. Dan, as you can see, Man United fan over there, in a good mood. Myself, an Arsenal fan. You know what? This feels like a different team. That's a different team. That is a different team.
Back when they had a backbone, mate.
Back when we had a back four.
Do you know what? To be fair, that was back in the day when everyone used to say 1-0 to the Arsenal, and you would have taken that.
All we needed. All we needed was one goal. Right? Now, obviously, we've got two games to talk about here tonight. One being the Arsenal versus Villareal game, and the other being Manchester United versus Roma. Both the second legs of the semi-finals. You know what that is. That's why you've clicked this video. Obviously, it makes, I guess, a bit more sense to go into the the one who's angry first. I'm guessing we should do Arsenal first, and then obviously I watched the Arsenal game. Dan watched the Man United game. That was the plan. We'll both come on in and talk about how our teams did and what we think for the final. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm an Arsenal fan, but I'm not deluded. Like, I didn't think we were going to make the final, right? But it was part of me that thought, but then again, like the Arsenal of old, you know, like Arsenal and finals. It makes sense. All English final. It makes sense. Like, we can do it. Yeah, that'd be all right. Yeah, one goal.
How does it feel, though, being the only English team that let England down?
Shut up.
City, Chelsea, United all made the final. To be fair, Unai Emery made the final. So there we go. Arsenal are represented in the final.
Good for him. So. I mean, don't get me wrong. I wanted him out. I think it weren't working with Emery. In the end, I was at his last game and it felt like it was coming. And I think we might just watch Arteta's last game. And I don't want to be one of those people. I'm not one of those people when it comes to managers that I'm just like, I get rid of him and stuff like that.
I've been good to bring in, though. That's the thing. Allardyce is obviously at West Brom.
Shut up.
Tony Pulis, maybe?
Don't, because that's what Spurs are looking like at the moment. You know, going to the level of, you know, all right, it was funny what happened to Mourinho, but, you know, their quality of manager that seems they get linked to isn't that high at the moment.
Sol Campbell, mate.
Sol Campbell, yeah.
Linked to the under-21 job.
Well, I mean, I don't know, mate. I'm obviously angry as we'll get to your joys in a minute, I'm sure. But forgive me if I go in a few rants here. But
right, I'll just get a pillow, mate, and just
yeah. It's unbelievable. Like I said, I don't like coming on here and being negative and stuff like that. We don't usually come on so raw after a big club. Like, obviously, we've been doing the live reviews of England games and stuff like that, which are friendlies. But it's just unbelievable. Welcome to RNFC, by the way, the Rebellious Noise Football Channel. It's just unbelievable, man. Like, how can he keep a job? Do you know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong, the players were awful as well, right? Yeah. But it's got to stop somewhere. But like you say, who would we get in? And that's kind of the problem we had last time. You know, like, we weren't prepared after 22 years. We weren't prepared to replace Wenger, and then last time round we weren't prepared to replace Emery. It just is. It's a shambles, an absolute shambles. This club, like, it's pathetic, man. And the fact that, yeah, like you said, we've got no idea what we'd do anyway. Like, we get, like, people might have people on their wish list and stuff like that, but it ain't a glaring one, is it? There ain't one where you go, oh, that'd be a perfect fit, you know? So it's ridiculous. And it's been, the writing's been on the wall all season. We're 9th at the moment. No, like, we're worse than last year. How can Arteta keep his job if he's worse than Emery? Like, Emery got us to a final, we got spanked. That was embarrassing. But this is more embarrassing to me. Like to lose it, like no disrespect to Villareal, but like we should be beating them. We like one goal. Like
yeah, I mean it's one of them things that obviously I know where you guys are coming from, because obviously when we lost Alex Ferguson, it was always going to be tricky replacing him, and obviously Arsenal having Wenger for so long and playing the Wenger way, and then all of a sudden it's like, okay, you've got to try and like rebuild a squad, because I mean that Arsenal team that he left wasn't the greatest in all fairness either.
It's the same as Man United,
but
exactly. Didn't leave the best teams,
and the difference is though, like the fans will criticize the owners, but at least our owners have put their hand in their pocket and back to manager and been like, right, okay, you need a centre half. There's 80 million quid. Go out and buy a centre half. Whereas, it seems like at the moment, and no disrespect to them, it's like, are players and managers going to want to come to Arsenal for the name alone, or are they just going to?
We've just missed that last. We've missed that train now, man. Like everything's done now. Like up until about 3-4 years ago, we could still survive on, when a player sign and go, I watched this player as a kid and stuff like that, the French players and stuff like that, we ain't got that no more. That's it. We've run out on that now. Do you know what I mean? No, what kid, is growing up at the moment, right, and thinking I want to play for Arsenal? Other than Arsenal fans, don't get me wrong, but what kids, let's say from another country, that a guy that might turn into a superstar, is going to go, I remember watching on, like, we ain't going to get that. We used to get of Henry and Villa. We've lost that. We are the next generation. Now, who's going to grow up going, who's going to, the next generation coming along going, I remember what, like, the people that are superstars now, the young, fresh talents, they don't know Henry. They didn't watch Henry. We've run out of our, like, it's unbelievable. It is unbelievable the state this club has got in, and like, for me, I think a lot of people have been umming and ahhing about whether or not Arteta should stay in the job. And they said, like Europa League is make or break. I was disgusted when we went out the FA Cup. That we were defending the FA Cup. We went out in the first round of the FA Cup that we could play in, not the first round, but the first round we could play in. And everyone was like, yeah, I think so. And everyone was like, the league ain't over. The league was over a long time ago for us. Like, obviously, as far as winning it, I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about getting top 4. Top 4 was over a long time ago.
You'd settle for top half at this rate.
That's it. You think, what if they get rid of him now? Then what? Who's going to steer the ship in the last few games? It doesn't matter. We're not going to get relegated. It doesn't matter. The league doesn't matter. It hasn't mattered for ages. Yet he's played people in the league he shouldn't have played. Yet he's not given minutes to people in the league that should have got minutes that maybe would have impressed and got in this team tonight. Do you know what I mean? It's absolutely ridiculous. The game management was pathetic. The players that.
It seems like tonight would have been the perfect game for someone like Mesut Ozil. Like, I know you've done a video about Ozil with on the channel, but it's it's one of those games where you kind of, from what, like the little bits and pieces that I saw, it was like one of those games where it needed someone just to kind of pick a hole, but then you needed somebody there on the end of them as well. It's like,
even when they brought Martinelli on, he should have gone through the middle, but they brought him on the wing.
I mean, and then on the flip side, you look at our game with Roma. We've got Edison Cavani, who, and I'm still not saying 33 is old, because I'm 33 myself. Cavani's 33, and they're saying he's old for a footballer. It's like, okay, so in the 8 goals that Man United scored totality over this thing with Roma, over the 2-legged tie, he was involved in 6 of them.
Unbelievable.
Now, as a centre forward, you guys needed 1. If you had somebody like a Cavani there, all you needed was 1 goal. Now you think back over the last few years, is that like you were linked with Jamie Vardy? He would have been perfect tonight, and just. For me, I mean, we rode our luck a bit tonight, but I suppose it was always easier for us having that advantage going into it.
Yeah.
Obviously 6-2 up from the first leg. I mean, we lost tonight 3-2 on the night. It said a lot when De Gea was probably one of our better players as well. But then he changed the fullbacks at half time. Now, it's understandable because we've obviously what went on with the Liverpool game. We've got 3 games in 7 days now. So we're playing Thursday, Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday. it's like, yeah, you've got to try and rest players. But
yeah, you were lucky you were basically somewhat home and dry in the first leg.
Yeah, like that's why I was honestly surprised when I saw the team sheet and I saw the strength of team he put out. I was honestly surprised that he'd gone as strong as he did tonight. Like, was there any need for you to play pretty much your first choice back four? Not really. The game's home and dry sort of thing.
I guess when it's like that whole like record not getting past the semis and stuff like that, maybe
exactly.
Like, no matter what, I just need to get them through. I'm not taking.
Yeah, and I mean the thing is, obviously Roma would have needed to beat us by 4 clear goals, like just to take the tie to extra time, and then obviously we were talking about it earlier, but the Europa League, I think in the Champions League now, I'm not too sure, but they've got this really weird thing as where away goals only kick in after extra time, which is baffling. Like, what is the point in even doing that now? You know, but it's like you guys. If you'd have scored 1 tonight, that would have still taken you to extra time. But then, if it was still the same score after extra time, you're thinking, okay, the score's exactly the same. It's not changed since 90 minutes. Why are you going through now?
I mean, the whole thing needs to be scrapped. I've never liked 2-legged games anyway. I don't like replays. I'm glad we don't have them anymore, like in finals and stuff. I just hate it. I hate away goals. I hate second legs. I hate the whole thing. I just want it over and done with.
If it's level, go straight to penalties.
Yeah, exactly. Well, no, I don't mind extra time. But
golden goal used to annoy me, and silver goal as well. Like when they used to do that thing, it's like when you're a kid at school, like right, next goal wins.
Yeah, even though you're losing 4-0.
It'd be like Roma saying, right, okay, first goal wins. It's like, oh.
Yeah, I mean, how did it go? Go for you then, as far as Roma. I mean, was it? Did you get nervous at all? Because obviously they went 2-1 up early on, and it obviously ended up 3-2. But at 2-1, did you get worried?
I mean, I think it helped the fact that we went 1-0 up. So I mean, we were 6-2 first leg, and then we scored. I think it was about just after half an hour. I think it was. So we went in at half time, sort of on aggregate 7-2 up. So you're thinking, right, okay, they literally need to score 5 to go through. And the form De Gea was in, it's like, I can't see us really conceding 5 goals. So you're kind of thinking, yeah, okay, we're not gonna concede 5. If we'd have thrown it away, then I would have just said sacked a lot of them, really. Like,
it would have been
literally bring those blokes that invaded Old Trafford, bring them on and play them for 90 minutes. I think honestly, like I could have probably got a game tonight, and we probably still would have gone through. I just, it was a bit touch and go sort of towards the end, like when Roma had scored. So when they went 3-2 up, there was actually they went through a phase where they were actually attacking us.
What about you guys? Did United look like they were holding strong, or were they getting kind of sloppy and worried? Or
I mean, after half time, as I say, he changed the fullback. So he started out with Wan-Bissaka and Shaw, and then we brought on Williams and Tellez. And it seemed like that's kind of when it went a bit like downhill from there, kind of thing. So it was like not having those two that they were used to at fullback. And I mean, it probably would have been a different story had they started the game. But I think coming on at half time, it was a bit strange. But I mean, as I say, seemed like we played okay. I mean, obviously they've got to be careful because the 4 games in 7 days sort of thing. You've got to try and rotate the squad as much as he can.
It's 5 subs as well, right? So
yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's either 5 or 6. I'm not too sure, but we named pretty much I think 11 subs, which is weird. Like, but yeah, I think. Overall, like Roma had chances. To be fair, like De Gea made a worldie of a save in the first half, and the goals that Cavani scored as well, he took them so well. I mean, we would be stupid not to try and like get him signed up for at least another year or 2. That's we say about Mason Greenwood. I mentioned in my England video. Greenwood's not made that squad. Spoiler for people that haven't seen that, by the way.
We'll give a little shout out. This is the video Dan's talking about.
Yeah.
Who should be in the 26? So check that out if you're interested in England speculation for the Euros. But
so spoiler, Greenwood's not in that. But I think give him another year playing with Cavani. We've got a World Cup next year. We keep forgetting that. A year with Rashford, and Greenwood playing with Cavani,
Mm.
it means as well that we can afford, like, if we needed to get rid of someone, it means we can afford to get rid of Martial if we needed to.
Right.
And then we've still got
But isn't it a
Cavani.
risk that Martial's obviously talk about the age, ain't nothing but a number. But for so long, you know, and then Martial obviously being younger, if you got rid of Martial and Cavani was there for only one more season, would it be a bit of a risk after that, is what I'm saying?
Yeah, but then I think it gives us a season then to kind of bring in a replay like somebody else. I mean, I saw a ridiculous headline today that said United are linked with Harry Kane for £90 million. One, there's no way Tottenham are going to sell him. And two, put a 1 in front of that and they're probably still not going to sell him. It's like,
I don't know, man. I think Tottenham, I mean, it's another video for another day, but I think surely Kane's got to leave. Surely.
Yeah, I mean, I saw a thing as well. If he'd have stayed at Norwich, he would have won 3 trophies by now. But,
as much as I want to laugh at Spurs, today ain't the day for it. You know, like, we have been abysmal. So it's only going to come back and bite me.
But I mean, I mean, I'm sad that it's not an all English final. It would have been really nice to see United and
we would have
Arsenal.
won that. We would have won. Not a chance would we have won. Even if we went through.
That's what I'm saying. I would have preferred the easier game, to be fair.
Oh, you son of a... I was waiting, because like I said, I was quite pessimistic, thinking, we ain't gonna. Well, I think probably realistic, thinking, I could definitely see us not going through. But obviously, part of me thought, 1 goal, we should, So I was thinking, if it is the 1 goal, how am I going to feel about it facing United? Because it seemed sure even before this game started tonight. And I was just thinking to myself, well, go on there and say how you feel. And that is that, all right, we're through, which we ain't. We're through, but you're beating us. And that's exactly how I would have felt anyway. So, somewhat, in some ways, this is easier. Because to lose to Man United in the final would have stung, like it did with Chelsea. It really stung to lose the all-English final in Baku. And...
Is that the one where there was an all-English Champions League final as well? Was that
it could have been the same this year. And again, we would have been the one that lost. We would have been the one that lost, no doubt. Like, you guys, if you would have said a year ago, I would have said, no, we could do that, a final, anything can happen. Like, obviously, our FA Cup run last year where we beat City in the semis and Chelsea in the final as well. You know what I mean? Like, better teams than us, but we beat them. So, and Man United have had up and down throughout this year, the past few years, really. They kind of seem to be doing well. Then Ollie kind of has a few slip ups. Everyone's like, Ollie out. Then he does, just when he's about to lose his job, it seems he pulls something out of the bag, and then it up and down. But as the past month or two, United have been going up and up and up and up. And that last, the first leg just showed me even if we get through, United beating us, it's pathetic. Like, if you would have faced Villareal, you would have wiped the floor with them. Villareal weren't even that good. Again, no disrespect, but they weren't even that good. We were just that awful. I think we had 1 shot on target. I mean, come on. A semi-final at home, right? There's no fans, but still, it's your pitch. It's the dimensions you're used to. It's the blade of grass you're used to, how it's cut. Do you know what I mean? Every little factor is your dressing room. Every little factor of an edge, the smallest ones you can have. It's at home against a team that shouldn't be as good as you. Yet you can't get 1 goal. It's absolutely ridiculous, man. And like I said, you guys would have wiped the floor with them, guaranteed. And you probably will in a final now. Again, a final, anything can happen. You know what I mean? You could have a dodgy day. It could be anything. But I guess we'll get into predictions later on for what we think is actually going to happen in the final. But I mean. I don't know, man. I'm just so annoyed. I'm just so annoyed. Even though I kind of expected it. When it got to the 82nd, 83rd minute, I was literally shouting at the TV saying, how is it 0-0? How is it 0-0? Like 0-0. What? Oh, mate. Go on, you take over.
Yes, as I said, it's tricky, mate. Because it's I honestly don't know what to say to you guys. I mean, to be fair, I'll be honest with you, I'm surprised Arsenal actually made it to the semi-final, in all fairness.
Yeah, mate, our group was crap, right? And we didn't impress. We didn't impress in that group. Our kids did well against teams that would probably no disrespect. I'll try not to be disrespectful. Everyone says no disrespect to this team, but to Dundalk, right? Dundalk, what would they be in League 2? You know what I mean? Like, we shouldn't be up against in a group stage against a team like that. But that's just the way these European competitions go. You know what I mean? So, but like, you're right. Like, we weren't like in the last round as well, straight through. Do you know what I mean? It's just pathetic. Like, every time we get a warning shot, you know, like, we don't wake up from it. Like, nothing happens. The last one, playing the false nine, like, we're not Man City. Do you know what I mean? Like,
you'd actually like to see us play with a number 9, to be fair.
Oh, mate, I'd like to see us play with any number at the moment. It felt like we had no one on the pitch today. It was slow as well. That's what annoyed me. It was so slow. The press was terrible. Like, they were pressing us. Like, they had a point to prove. Do you know what I mean? Like, we were the ones chasing the goal. And they were like a corner, mate. Like, and they're strolling to take the corner. It's like, this ain't, like, I don't want to be all cliche and whatever, but this ain't an Arsenal I grew up with. Like, it's not
Perez, Vieira.
Even when we were dipping in form, and we had like I remember, I think it must have been AC Milan. We had a few years where in the Champions League, but remember those days, in the Champions League, we'd lose like 3 or 4-0. I think AC Milan, Bayern, obviously the Bayern ones like in late years were more embarrassing. But it was one time, I think we lost 3-0 to AC Milan, and I think we had to, or 4-0. Something like that. And in the second leg, all we had to do was get 3 goals or whatever it was. And like, we nearly got all 4 goals. And I think we might have got 3 back. And but the fight, man, and obviously the fans helped that. Everybody's cheering them on and stuff like that. But the fight in the team, and that wasn't even like as good a team. That was a young Oxlade-Chamberlain. That was on an out the door Van Persie. Do you know what I mean? It was like they were decent. But I take that over this. You know, like what we've got now is unrecognisable as Arsenal fans. Like, I know, obviously, we've both been through it the past few years. Obviously, Man Utd ain't exactly having their glory years either. But you guys are definitely more on the up. Even though we won the trophy more recently, last year, and we won the FA Cup. Going by this season, you guys are getting back there before we do, as far as like the top. Like, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, I think as well, like, especially like with Arsenal as well, it's you just got to think as well sometimes. Like, I look around that squad, and if I didn't see somebody with a captain's armband on, I wouldn't be able to say he's the leader of this team. Like, you had back in the era of like Tony Adams when he was playing, there was probably like 7 or 8 candidates on that pitch that could have all been a captain. You see everyone shouting at each other, you know. Like, somebody that could just grab, like, even the Vieira years, someone that could grab the game by the scruff of its neck. To me, it doesn't seem like you guys have got that. And, you know, we had it for a while as well. And, you know, it's like, for us as well, sometimes it all depends on, you know, how much Pogba's like performing a lot of the time. You know, we've been quite lucky the last sort of season and a half with Bruno Fernandes. He's come in, and he does look like that kind of like leader material that will pick a game up by the scruff of his neck.
He has changed your whole team, that man.
You know, he's one of these players where if he is missing for a game, you do feel like, right, we may struggle here. We saw it, I think, earlier in the season against, I think it was Newcastle, when, or I might be wrong, but it was someone that we were losing at half time, and we were playing absolutely atrociously. And then we brought on Bruno, and it was like we were a totally different team. You know, I mean, you look around the Arsenal bench as well. It's like, as a manager, you must be looking around the bench and thinking, okay, we need a goal. Who am I going to bring on?
And that's the thing with this squad as well. A lot of players do, like, you can't, like, Aubameyang has been our best goal scorer past few years. Lacazette's had up and downs, but I think, you know, decent player. Odegaard's been impressive since he's coming from Real Madrid. Saka, Smith-Rowe, they're very exciting young players. Leno has had a few kind of mishaps this year, but generally speaking, he's a fairly decent keeper.
They keep chopping and changing with him and Matt Ryan as well.
Yeah, the past few weeks.
Like, obviously we've been rotating a bit with Henderson and De Gea as well, but you know, it's like, I just don't see that there's that consistency. Like, you look at us, I think we've had the same back four that started a number of games, and it's like, it's that consistency. You knew back in the day you were going to have Seaman in goal, Dixon at right back, Adams, Bold or Keown, and Winterburn. You knew that was your back five going into it. Then in later years, you knew, okay, it's going to be like Lehman in goal, Lauren, Sol Campbell.
Even after that,
You know,
Vermaelen, Koscielny, like you knew what it would be, you know, and like if it weren't, it was because someone was injured. But at the moment, like we have like, and don't get me wrong, obviously Luis got injured the other day, and I know people get on him a bit, but he's been one of our better players this year.
He's like the closest thing I think to a leader you guys have got.
100%. It's a shame. It's a shame we've got him so late.
Winner as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and like, yeah, it's, like you say, man. Like, there's no consistency. And yeah, injuries don't help that, right? Tierney, I think Tierney's great. I really like Tierney. We used him today because he was meant to be on the bench, but Shaka got injured in the warm up, and we used Tierney. And I was worried. I was like, it'll be just our luck. We'll go through to the final, but Tierney would be injured, you know. But didn't even make it that far. So Tierney was never like we keep rushing back players. Like Partey, we rushed him back. He got injured against Spurs. Lacazette. We played in a game against, I think it was Fulham. He got injured. Like, it was just ridiculous.
Like, just come back as well from
malaria. Do you know malaria? Do you know what I mean? Like, when was the last time you heard of a player having malaria?
Yeah,
you know, it's a big deal.
Give the guy a break. Like, let him at least like recover properly, and you know, give him a week off. Give him a couple of weeks.
Because if we can't have him at a full thing, like, don't be wrong, Aubameyang's a great player, but like. Past 3 months, he hasn't been. And again, like, there's a reason for it. Don't get me wrong. You know, malaria is not just like some little cold. But yeah, like, if that's the case, then we need to be prepping someone else in the meantime, don't we? We need to be getting Martinelli to those. Like, I love Martinelli, you know. The fact he came on so late, the fact he hasn't been used properly in this season at all once he come back from injury.
Blistering pace as well.
He's such a good prospect. Like, don't get me wrong, we've got some great prospects in our youth, you know, like, and some, especially the homegrown ones, you know, and even the ones on loan, you know, like Willock and stuff like that. I'd love to see Willock come back and actually do it. He's been doing a good job.
The one that's at Newcastle?
Yeah, exactly, and saving them like at the end of every game, it seems, you know,
couple of winners, isn't it? Yeah,
exactly. So it's just, so we've got the potential there, but it ain't clicking. And the only way, obviously, you don't want to be one of. I don't want to be one of those teams, Chelsea, who just get rid of the manager all the time. Don't get me wrong. I never wanted to be that team. And the danger was, once we got rid of Wenger and then Emery, we were going to become one of those teams. And now if we get rid of Arteta, like I say, what are we going to do? Yeah, you think about the managers that are out there, like...
Mate, I think we've gone through about 5 since Fergie.
Yeah, exactly. And like, so... Right, you look at the managers at other teams. Ancelotti, right? He would have been good, but we went for Arteta, right? And I understand going for Arteta. Like, I don't want to be mean about Arteta. Like, I genuinely think he has the potential to be a good coach. I really do. It's just not working. Do you know what I mean?
I think you needed an established number 1. Like, he's only been a number 2. Like, he was a assistant at City, but then I don't even know how their system works. Was he the actual assistant, or was it like that Pep's got a group of them that are his assistants?
Well,
I feel like you needed somebody that was an established name as a manager that was a winner. Ancelotti, look at the job he's done at Everton, like Brendan Rodgers even. You know, he was at Celtic. Go to Celtic and be like, right, there's X amount of money. Bring him in. You know, I mean, it sounds stupid as well. Claudio Ranieri.
I was just thinking
won the league with won the league with Leicester. You know, shows that he can get the best out of like a mediocre team. So what's he going to do with a team that's got like a few bigger names in it? You know, and like you say about Ancelotti, you look at like some of the signings that Everton have made. Ben Godfrey would walk into the Arsenal team. James Rodriguez would walk into the Arsenal team. You know, the signings that he's made there as well, you know, you're thinking if they were in an Arsenal shirt, you guys probably would be pushing that top 4.
Well, that's it. At the moment, even our star players, even our best players, they take their shirts. Do you know what I mean? Like none of them deserve. Like, and again, like Partey, like I wanted him to work, and I don't want to come in here and be negative and stuff like that. And again, I think he was great for Atletico, and it just ain't working. It's not working. I don't know what it is, but it's not working. Today he was abysmal. It was terrible.
Partying too hard, mate.
Partying too hard, maybe. But yeah, it's just. Again, I don't like being one of those guys like reactionary, like get rid of the manager. But like we've given him time. We've given him a season and a half. Yes, he won us the FA Cup, and I thought it was great. But if you don't step on from that and get, I don't know, 7th, you know what I mean? Like, you ain't done enough. You ain't done enough. And don't get me wrong, it ain't just him. You know, 100% the board's a big part of the problem. 100% the players are part of the problem as well. Like they're just not not performing good enough. Do you know what I mean? So, and how can you come into a team who are like they are, and like I think if Messi come into this team, he'd struggle, he'd lose form. Do you know what I mean? Like, you just, because the team are dead, they're dead. You know, it was such a boring game. Like, this year, I've never been so bored watching Arsenal. Like, I can't wait for international break. I'm not one of those fans that are like, you know, me and you both love the England team. We're not really those fans that are like, oh, no, I can't support England because of X, Y, Z's being featured and he plays for another team and club before country, all that. I'm probably pretty equal on my club and country kind of stance, right? But this year, I can't wait for international breaks, mate. Every time I get to support a team who are at least excited. Don't get me wrong, Southgate's had his problems and it's been boring at times for England this year as well, compared, and we've mentioned that in our England reviews. But honestly, the amount of times I've been thinking, when's the international break? Because I'm so sick of watching Arsenal. And obviously, the most of that comes from the league, you know, because like the only times I've been excited this year have been Europa League, where our youth got a chance. The games against Chelsea, Tottenham, just because they are big games, you know what I mean? And it's always fun to rattle oppositions like that. But like, realistically, what was that going to do if we're going to lose to Aston Villa? You know, like, it doesn't, and Everton and whatever else. Like, what's the point? What is the point? The whole season has been an absolute joke. And then you look at, by contrast, you guys, do you know what I mean? What, you're still second? You know, like, you're not going to win the league, but that's progress. Like, that is progress.
So I heard Gary Neville said something the other day. He said, it looks like United are most likely get, if they are going to finish second, you want to finish a good second. So it's like, you know, push City as far as you can. Yeah.
Momentum into that next year as well.
Yeah, exactly. The thing is, like, if you're finishing, like, for example, would you rather finish second on like 15 points behind the champions, or would you rather finish second 8 points behind them?
Yeah.
You'd rather get as close as you can. Like, I'm realistic. No way we're going to win the league.
No.
You know, but you know, second. If you'd have said to me at the start of the season, second place, I'd have been like, yeah, I'll take that. You know, to be fair, I thought third, fourth, maybe. You know, I think we did a prediction thing at the start of the year, didn't we, as well? I mean, to be fair, I can't even remember where.
I can't wait to go over that again. But yeah, it's mad. I mean, talking of predictions before we wrap up, and I go drown my sorrows. On the official Arsenal beer, by the way. What a joke! I mean, look at me. I'm a wall of red. Disappointing. Which I knew that.
You wish you didn't waste all that time putting it up. Now,
I knew. As I was putting it out, I thought, you're putting this up for a loss, Scott. You're putting this up for a loss. Obviously, I draw today.
Basically, you jinxed it.
Maybe I weren't supportive enough. Maybe I weren't behind the team enough. You know what I mean? Like, whatever they want to blame it on this time. Like when they blamed fans for turning on Xhaka, you know, and they blamed
grass is too green or something.
Oh yeah, of course it is. You know, like anyway, let's get into a prediction. I don't want to be super negative, but I love my team. I absolutely love it. I'm very, very passionate about Arsenal. But I always say on these things, I'm realistic and optimistic. Right? You might be able to look back on my FA Cup predictions from the main Rebellious Noise channel from last year and think, no, you are pessimistic, because I kept saying we'd go out, didn't I? But no, that was really just because we made it through doesn't mean I was wrong, because we shouldn't have made it through. We did amazing to make it through. We turned it on the day. Do you know what I mean? Against Sheffield United, Man City, and against Chelsea. But it doesn't take away the fact that the reason why I felt like we wouldn't go through is the same reason I felt it today, is because we are not good enough. We are not good enough. You know, and that is it. Anyway, I'm gutted that I'm not predicting whether or not Arsenal are going to lose to Man United, which I probably would have said we would anyway. And I think everyone would agree with that now. If you're new here, guys, please subscribe. We are a brand new football channel from Rebellious Noise. Again, you might have noticed we're talking about previous football content. That's on the main Rebellious Noise channel, which there'll still be some football stuff, but this is the brand new home of all the main football stuff anyway. But yeah, let's get into some predictions done. So it is Manchester United versus Villareal in the Europa League final. What do you think is going to happen?
It's always finals are always tough.
Yeah, but like on paper, isn't it? It's got to be one of those on paper predictions at the moment, and you're going to win it.
Yeah, 2-0 United, I think.
2-0.
Yeah.
I think, judging how you've been in this round, like semi-finals, and judging how they've been, even though they knocked us out, I think you'll win 3-1.
3-1.
I'm tempted to go 4-1. I really am.
So we're both going essentially with a 2-goal margin, or we think United are going to win it comfortably-ish.
Yeah, I think it's probably maybe 3-1, just because whereas the final, Ollie might start doing those tactical kind of change. Like, I need to win this. I need
get at the wheel and put the wheel of the bus there.
Exactly. Yeah. Let's not push this into trying to get a 4th goal when we don't need it. Like, let's just protect what we've got. I think it might end up being like that. But if it weren't for that, if he plays a different kind of style and he doesn't start bringing on like that kind of tactics, then I think you could run away with it. But I think you'll probably do enough 3-1 by about the 65th minute, and then that'll be it. Do you know what I mean? Or you'll be 3-0 up and they'll get 1 goal or something like that. But yeah, I can't see you losing it. And so I feel like congratulating you already, mate.
Let's win the cup first, and hopefully it's a tough evening all round. So
you know what's annoying about it as well? Same as when we were facing Chelsea. Chelsea didn't need the Champions League spot, and we did. And this time we're not even in Europe. We're not in Europe. My goodness, what a joke! What a joke club. Right. Anyway,
and yet you guys didn't want the Super League. At least you'd have been in Europe.
No. So no, I hate that. Go get there on merit, mate. I'd rather not.
You'd have probably finished bottom of that, to be fair.
Yeah, embarrassing. Like I've been saying it for years, mate. I don't want to be in the Champions League. Like when we were last in the Champions League, we were smashed by Bayern, and we're worse than we were then. Why would I want to be in the Champions League? We're not good enough for it. Anyway, but yeah, don't get me wrong. I would have liked to see what the money comes
more championship, isn't it? Closer to that.
Yeah, I would like to have seen what the money would have come in and done for us. Don't get me wrong, but like other than that, why would I want to be in the Champions League? We're crap. Like we're not going to be good enough. We're not good enough for the Europa League. Like we're gonna I don't think we're going to even qualify for their new conference Europa. Like, just a joke.
Is that like the new version of like the Intertoto Cup from back in the day?
I guess you could say that. Yeah.
Or like because they had like the Cup Winners' Cup as well. And,
yeah. UEFA Cup, which is basic because they all kind of merged together, didn't they? So
yeah, it's like a Cup Winners' Cup and
the Cup as well back in the day.
Yeah,
they all kind of merged and basically just become, I guess, the Europa League. But but yeah, I mean, I don't know. I was just going off on a rant again, but I'm so sick of it, man.
Yeah, like, sorry, it's not a happier night for you, mate. I mean. I'll be honest with you. I would love to have seen an all-English Champions League final and Europa League final. It would have been really nice to see that. But, you know, hopefully we can fly the flag for England and bring that trophy home. We already know that the Champions League's coming to England. But, you know, hopefully that one, I'll be honest, I'm hoping that one goes to London, to be fair.
I'm hoping it goes to Manchester. But we'll probably
an interesting stat for everybody as well. First ever Champions League final where both teams that wear blue predominantly as their home kit are facing off against each other. There we go.
What a stat.
Give you the stat. There we go.
Mad
yeah, I know.
But yeah, I mean, honestly, I think you're going to win it.
Hopefully.
I don't think Villareal's gonna, like I said, they weren't the good. We were just crap. We were just crap. It's so embarrassing, like especially like in the first leg when Ceballos was awful as well. Like I don't know how he stole a second loan deal. Like we had Ceballos and Odegaard, who both were on loan from Real Madrid. We had Partey, who just come from Atletico Madrid. We have a Spanish coach, and we had Unai Emery, our former manager. Like how do they not know how Villareal play? Like how did we mess it up that bad with all those things in our advantage? Yeah, you can say, but he knows our players and whatever else. But come on, man. Like I don't want to be deluded, but we're the Arsenal. Like we should be able to do this, but we can't because we're just simply not good enough anymore. And it's about time people woke up. Not just the boards, but the fans as well. Like I get annoyed with how many people think like we're still going to do something. Like I said to you earlier, people acting like we might make top 4. Like top 4 was gone December. So why did we not go strong in the FA Cup? You know what I mean? Like why have we thrown that away? Because now look at us, we're season's over, and because of that, rightly or wrongly, Arteta's job's pretty much surely got to be over. I could rant about Arsenal all night, but I think.
I mean, I'm happy. I can just leave here and you can just carry on if you want.
Yeah, I think that's something for another day. But anyway, thanks for joining us. Please subscribe if you're new here, and check out more of our content, whether you're watching live or on demand. Thank you very much for joining us. And yeah, Dan, do I say good luck? I'm in such a weird mood. I don't know how I feel. Do I? No, I don't ever want any other English club to win anymore. It ain't like that. It ain't 99. In 99, back then, everyone cheered on the English clubs. That don't really happen anymore, does it?
It's coming home, mate.
Yeah, just saying that, I just can't wait for the Euros. I've been so excited for it since the World Cup, but
you just can't wait to cheer on for. You can't wait to cheer on Harry Kane and the other Tottenham players in the team, innit?
I knew you'd say it. I knew you'd say it.
To be fair, mate, I'm going to be the biggest Raheem Sterling fan at that tournament as well. So I don't, to me, club allegiance goes out the window when they pull on an England shirt.
Has to.
Anyway.
Mate, I think I might take all this down now.
You might as well just pack it up, mate, and save it for about 5 years.
Get all the English shirts. It's going to take a long time to rebuild, mate. That's all I know. But anyway, Dan, congratulations.
Thank you.
I guess good luck. We'll be back here talking about the final, and we'll kind of obviously be back for the Euros as well, like I said, where hopefully I'll be a happier Scott. And hey, even if England let me down, it probably won't be as bad as Arsenal. So with that being said, thank you very much for watching. Dan, thank you very much for coming on once again. And yeah, we'll be back soon.
Cool. Take care. Bye.
See you later, mate.
Welcome to RNFC, the official Rebellious Noise Football Channel, where you'll find content such as goal hanging, live match reactions, as well as news and opinions on all aspects of the beautiful game. We will also cover some of the more cultural side of the sport, such as kit reviews, football nostalgia, and in-depth historical pieces on those who built the game that we love today. So win, lose or draw, make sure you subscribe before the full-time whistle blows.